Hello, good morning, FIB students. So, in the last week, we were discussing about the concept of interview and the types of interview. Now, we will see the interview process. What is interview process? The interviewing process is the complex means of gathering relevant data about the candidate for the particular job position. Although interviewing may be practiced along with other screening methods such as group discussion, oral presentation, recruitment experts believe that the job interview provides the best opportunity to examine the relevance of applicants' knowledge and experience and is an effective technique used for evaluating the sustainability of candidates for the particular position through the question, answer and oral session. So here we can say that interview is in short the two-way communication, that one is questioning and other is answering. That the aim of the interviewing is means the aim of the interviewing means to get the proper data about the candidate, to provide the proper data to the interview interviewer. So that is the duty of interviewer, or that is the duty of candidate. So here we can say that the particular position through the question answer oral session, it is called interview process. That an interview is usually conducted in the four phases, which can easily be remembered by the word what, means W for welcome, A for acquiring information, S for supplying information, and P for party. So the two participation or more than two participation, first is welcome, acquiring information, supplying information, and party. Now we will see into the detail. These all these point into we will discuss. That first point is welcome. The candidate should be welcomed in friendly fashion and be asked to sit down so that he feels at ease. So whenever the candidate enter, so it is the employee means what we can say, the interviewer, those who are taking interviews, they should welcome that candidate in a friendly manner. Then attitude of the interviewer should be cordial and sympathetic throughout. So here we can say that the conduct or the behavior of the interviewer should be cordial and sympathetic. Then inability of the candidate inability of the candidate to answer the question should never be bluntly pointed out to him. The manner in which the candidate is welcomed and treated during the interview is likely to leave lasting impression on his mind and could lay foundation for the good employer-employee relation if he is given the job. So here we can say that the inability of candidate answer the question should never be bluntly pointed out कि अगर कोई कैंडिडेट आंसर नहीं दे पाता है तो कभी ऐसा जरूरी नहीं कि सभी क्वेश्चन के आंसर हमें पता हो, बट द candidate should be welcome and treated in a good manner, so at least he can settle down there, at least he can comfortable there in this particular period. Then next point is acquiring information. After welcoming the interview with a few introductory and friendly remarks, the interviewer should set about the acquiring information from the candidate. The information should pertain to his previous experience, duties, likes, dislikes, achievements, salary last job, reason for changing job. So that which kind of the question the interview should be asked, that they can ask that was previous experience, duties, like dislike, you can read here. Then education and qualification, extracurricular activities, the level of training, the quality of instructions, the quality of institutions at which the candidate has studied, the details about home background, family condition, occupation of parents and family finances, the current social status, hobbies, interests, marital status, and general attitude towards family and children. In some American organizations, the candidates are interviewed in the presence of their wives to find out their social attitude. So here we can see that which kind of the question should be asked, that the while interview is providing information, the interviewer must show by his facial expression and eye movements that he is keenly interested what is being said. He may even take down the notes, and he should not interrupt the candidate unless he finds himself straying from the point. So whenever the candidate is giving answer, that at that time what is the duty of interviewer, that it is the duty of interviewer that interviewer must show his facial expression and eye movement that he is totally interested in his talk. So he should show that interviewer should show that. Supplying information. Supplying information means it is the part of two-way communication process that interviewer should also supply the information to the interview. That interviewer can give short talk on the history of the organization and its objective and the nature of the work and salary. So whenever the interviewers are taking interview, at that time they should provide the information about the organization, salary, experiences, objectives they can provide. Now next point, he should try to find out the candidate has to offer. The candidate will speak out frankly only if the interviewer has spoken in a manner to put him at ease. That the candidate can talk easily when he can talk easily when the interviewer will speak in a soft manner. At that time, that candidate should speak in a soft manner or friendly manner. The next point is the interview may be encouraged. The interview may be encouraged to ask the question clear any doubt or any. The interview may be encouraged to ask many questions to clear any doubts that she or he may have in his mind. In the case, the interviewer should not speak for more than the 20% of the time. So here we can say that interviewer can't speak more than 20 times because he is taking the interview and he means he should be anchored. He should be very clear about his goals, what to ask, how to ask. He should keep into the mind. Then next point is parting. The parting should be smooth and friendly. The interview should be thanked for having come, and he should be informed that as another candidate have yet to be interviewed, he will be informed of the result of the interview later. That whenever they are departing or whenever that candidates are going, at that time the interviewer should thank him and thank him or her, and they should inform them that the candidate should will come or not, in which manner they are coming. Means they would send a letter or something like that. If the candidate is to be rejected, there is no reason to be polite and courteous to him, as he will carry the favorable or unfavorable impression to outside the world. Suppose one candidate is rejected, or if he is rejected, then he should be, means the interviewer should say interviewer should say in a very polite manner. So the next time he will be prepared. The candidate will be prepared in a very much better way. In a much better way. The next point is how candidates should prepare for an interview. So what is the duty of candidate? How to prepare himself or herself for the interview. That we will see the point into the detail. He should put all the testimonials and certificates and degrees, arrange them in a file or briefcase so that they can be shown to the interviewer without fumbling. So, what is the first impression? What is the candidate have to do? That candidate has to do that he has to arrange his certificates, testimonial degrees in a proper way. So whenever the person will check it, that it should not be it should not be fumbling. That he should try to imagine that the sort of question will be asked, keeping in the mind the nature of the post and the qualification required, and the prepare accordingly. So, for which post he is going to face the interview, that as the candidate he should keep some question into the mind, and he should also remember the nature of the post and the qualification required. So these are the very simple things which the candidate should can recover. Then it is the better for candidate to arrive 5 or 10 minutes before time, as he is unable seem to settle down. So what candidate has to do? The candidate should come in a proper time, means before 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And he should not overdress but dress soberly and avoid fancy hairstyle. So the candidate should come in a sober way. Then performance during the interview, appropriate body language. At the time of entering, the candidate should compose his feature in a pleasant expression. He should not be full of the concentration or the stupid smile. So sometimes it happens that whenever the candidates enter into the room at that time, sometimes most probably the candidates are afraid, and sometimes it happens that suppose he feels that I am confident, but sometimes he should have those call concentration or the stupid smile on his face, then it is better to wait. To be invited to sit down before doing so. And in the case of invitation, it's not forthcoming. The candidate should ask for the permission to sit. Um, so without asking or without permission, the candidate can't sit. The candidate should walk and sit into the relaxed manner. Yes, that is the first thing. The candidate have to walk or have to sit in a relaxed manner. The first impression is often the last impression. The candidate should have the firm handshake. The candidate should maintain the eye contact with the interviewer and should not fiddle with the objects. The candidate should answer the question in a clear and the natural voice. Yes, whenever you are giving the answer, then your voice should be very clear and the natural. Then interaction. The candidate should answer all the questions. He should not doubt them. Yes, if he does not know the answer, he should say without hesitation. He suppose sometimes it happens that the candidate doesn't know the answer. As I told you earlier, it doesn't mean we know each and everything. So sometimes it happens if the candidate doesn't know the answer, he should say without he should say without hesitation. The candidate should never boast or make exhibition of the knowledge, as his capabilities visible by the manner in which he behaves and speaks. So he should not be what we can say that he should not be talk like an overconfidence in overconfidence manner. Um, then next point is the candidate should sound polite and enthusiastic, and even searching the question should be answered frankly and honestly. Yes. So what happened? The candidate should give the answer in a polite manner and frankly and enthusiastically and honestly give the answer. And the candidate should not nervous or anxious. Success at the interview is important, but it is not the matter of life and death. Yes. So sometimes it happens that if the candidate uh, is rejected, but sometimes he what he does that uh, he try to give up. So it should not be happen. Next point is the candidate should not imagine that the people who are in the people who are interviewing the candidate should not imagine the people who are interviewing with him against him or want to prove that he is false. Yes. So sometimes the candidate think that whenever the person asking the question, he think that they consider the candidate as a fool. So do not think in this manner. Then if already employed, the candidate should if already if already employed, candidate should guard against divul- divulging the confidential information about his current employer and how they manage their organization and profits. So here we can say that if the already employed, the candidate should guard against divulging confidential information about his current employer and how they manage their organization profits. So here we can say that candidate should give the proper answer. They he should give the proper information, confidential information about his current situation. Some don'ts for candidates that don't be too polite, then don't act familiar with the interviewer, don't appear desperate to get the job. To get the job. Don't use the slang or smoke or chew gum during the interview. These are the very simple things at least you can understand. Don't ask for the benefit till you have firm order. And the next point, last point is closing the interview. Closing the interview. At the time of party, the candidate should not forget to thank interviewer. Should not forget to thank interviewer. Yes. And if the interviewer has gone well, if the interview has gone well, he could even venture remarks like, "I hope to have good news from him." Okay, so these are the very simple things when we are giving interviews as a candidate. The next point is the type of interview question. Yes, this kind of type of interview questions that one should be familiar with the nature and the type of questions being asked during the job interview so that one is ready to answer them confidently. There are seven different types of questions that are asked to elicit certain responses from the candidate. The first point is open questions. So open question means what? An open question asks the candidate to talk about something. Its main purpose to encourage the candidate to talk broadly about the topic or the subject and broadens it broadens the scope of the responses by forcing the candidate to engage in the deep thinking. For example, tell us about something yourself or talk about your interests and activities. So here we can say that the open question is this kind of the question the interviewer can ask. The interviewer can ask this kind of the open question means we can say that in initial or the beginning information of that candidate and his hobbies and likes and dislikes. Then close question. Unlike the open question, the closed question limits the scope of responses by asking the candidate to provide the specific information or the facts. It permits the candidate no freedom of selection as they are required to give very specific few answers. Specific answer. When did you complete your graduation? This kind of the closed question. What was your major paper in the college? So major subject and major paper. This kind of the closed question should be asked. Then probing or clarifying questions. The main purpose of probing question is to probe more deeply or ask for an explanation and clarification of the statement just made. This question also demonstrates to the person they are being actively listened to. Probing question encourage the candidate to talk in a greater depth about the topic or the subject. For example, tell me more about that. What happened next? What did you do next? Can you give me an example? Dissatisfied. So these are like a probing question or the clarifying question. Okay. So the main purpose of the probing question is uh, the clarification and the explanation statements from the candidate. Then next point is reflective question. Reflective question or statement are really comments made before another type of question, which serve to soften the questioning as well as demonstrate to the speaker that they are being well and truly listened to. They typically constitute the short summary of what other person has said. May also be considered as a type of paraphrasing. The purpose of such question to check out the interviewer. So, reflective question means whenever question answers will be asked and given at this time that to give the demonstration or to give the demonstration that how they are speaking. For example, if the interviewer is speaking in a soft manner, then the speaker also should speak politely and honestly and well and truly listen. So sometimes it happens that. Then next point is Then loaded question. Loaded question assess the candidate's responses to the sensitive issue, subject or point. The main purpose of the loaded question is to judge candidate's ability to handle difficult and sensitive situations. There may not be any right or wrong answer to loaded question. Rather, it could be reasonable or reasonable responses. For example, you are too sure. Don't think this is going to affect your adversely. So sometimes that interviewer asking the loaded question or suppose they are commenting. At that time it is they are just checking or they are just testing that how candidate is going to how candidate is going to handle the situation. So sometimes for mentor's ability to check out mentor's ability, the loaded question should be asked. The next point is hypothetical questions. Hypothetical questions can be excellent way to encourage the candidate to reflect on the issue through thinking through previously unconsidered options. They are also often used to test the creativity and the mental agility of the candidate. What other points would you consider if the client was ordered was older. Hypothetical questions means that sometimes these kind of the questions should be asked just like an unconsidered option. Suppose sometimes they are asked, sometimes they are not asked. But to test the creativity and the mental agility of the candidate. For this, that hypothetical question should be asked. The direct questions can be either open or the closed questions. So we already discussed about the which are the open questions, which are the closed questions. So these 2 points are related to here direct questions. For example, when posing the direct question, you always use the name of the other person. We pose the question as an instruction. Direct questions are specifically helpful when you need to get other person's attention, require specific information. Tell me Jane, explain John, describe me Jim. So this kind of thing. And use of the other person's name tend to grab their attention while raising the questions like in an instruction gives a specific command, it leads the candidate to the particular answer. So here we can say that yes, closed question, open question, probing question, reflective question. Here the examples are given. You can see. Here the examples are given. You can see here. The next point is frequently asked interview questions. The successful interview needs three important skills: questioning, listening, and summarizing. Yes, that listening is also more important, summarizing is also more important, and questioning is also more important. That in order to get the proper picture of the candidate, his potential, the interviewer needs to ask the question under various heads like personal details, education background, the qualities that interviewer looks for the prospective candidate usually are tact, good, positive approach, reasoning ability, imagination, adaptability, and perseverance. Given the below few questions that could help would be interviewer. So here, this kind of that how the interviewer questions should be asked. The next point is personal details. The next point is personal details. Suppose how the interviewer is taking. Here you can see who are the other members in the family staying with you. Where does your husband and wife work? How do you feel about the fact that your wife earns more than you do? That would you have been happier if your wife had been a housewife? So this kind of the personal details or a personal question sometimes should be asked. Then next point is educational background. When did you change the streams halfway through your career? Why did you offer the economics for your MA degree? Are you the member of any public library? Was your reading confined only to prescribed books? Or prescribed books? Could you name some of them? Had you not opted for the economy, what would you have opted for? What magazines do you subscribe to? Which do you read without subscribing? So this kind of the educational background. Then co-curricular activities. You have been good and athlete. You have been good and athlete during your school days. Why didn't you continue with the athletics in the college? Did you find producing space for the intercollegiate events or more productive than the athletics and the physical fitness? Do you think that your interest in the dramatics affect your studies? For how many years were you editor of your college magazine? You have flair for languages. Why didn't you go for the journalism after your graduation? So these kind of the questions should be asked in the co-curricular activities and extracurricular activities. Do you play the games in the separate time? Do you think this game imparts apart from physical exercise any other qualities to the player? What other activities did you participate in? So this kind of the activities this kind of activity whenever that it is related to co-curricular activities or extracurricular activities. This kind of the question should be asked. Then experiences. Then experiences means with what specific work were you doing in the department? What was you recommended for maximizing production? Why did you achieve in your job? What did you achieve in your job? What was the contribution of the other people? What did you like and dislike about your last job? What new techniques would you introduce in our department if appointed? In what way will your experience help our organization? Why do you want to change your job? So this kind of experience question should be asked. And general knowledge. What would you consider the main cause of inflation? Why are the people unhappy even though the rate of inflation has been brought down? What do you know about the Supreme Court judgment on the sexual harassment in the places of employment? And what further steps should be taken to attract the investment from NRI? What was your reaction to the last budget? So here, this kind of the general question, it is not necessary this question should be asked, but they can ask any question related to the general knowledge. So we can say that. So we can say that this kind of the questions will be asked for the interview, and the interviewer should ask these questions, should can or can ask this question, and it is the duty of the candidate to give the answer in a proper way.